Willowbrook was the kind of town that looked like it had been plucked out of a postcard. Rolling green hills, cobbled streets, and houses with ivy-covered walls. But once a year, on Easter Sunday, it transformed into something out of a fairy tale. Bright banners stretched across Main Street. Tables overflowed with hot cross buns, jelly beans, and chocolate bunnies as big as your head. Children in pastel-colored outfits zigzagged across the town square, their baskets swinging as they counted down the minutes to the annual Easter egg hunt. To most, it was a fun tradition. To Lily Monroe, it was a mission. She stood on the edge of the square, fingers gripping her handmade basket. Her long brown braid was messy from worry, and her sneakers were caked with dried mud, remnants of the hours she'd spent scouring the forest the night before, just in case the egg had been hidden early. Her best friend Ava came bouncing over, practically glowing in a yellow sundress. "Lily, you ready?" Ava asked. "I've been training all week." Lily gave her a half smile. "Yeah, just got my eye on something specific." Ava's eyes sparkled. "You're still chasing that golden egg story?" "It's not just a story." "Lily—" But Lily wasn't listening. Her gaze had drifted to the hospital at the edge of town. Room 207. Jamie's room. He was only 9, full of laughter and imagination, until a rare illness took over, slowly stealing his energy. The doctors were kind but careful with their words. "We're doing all we can," they said. "Let's hope for the best." But Lily wasn't waiting on hope. She was chasing it. When the mayor, a jolly man in a pink tie and bunny ears, called out the countdown, the crowd roared. 3, 2, 1! The square exploded into motion. Most kids rushed for the obvious spots, behind benches, under tables, beneath flower pots. Ava shot off toward the bakery, but Lily darted toward the edge of town, past the old fence and into the woods. The forest wasn't forbidden, but it was forgotten, grown thick with vines and whispers. Most people thought the egg was hidden near the festivities. Lily knew better. According to legend, the golden egg had appeared every decade, always found by someone desperate enough to search beyond where anyone else would look. She clambered over roots and ducked under branches. Her heart pounded, not from the run, but from the thought that this might actually work. An hour passed. She found nothing but bugs and broken shells from regular eggs that had rolled too far. She was about to give up when she spotted it, a faint glow beneath a moss-covered stone. She crouched, breath caught in her throat, and reached out. The egg was unlike anything she'd ever seen. Not painted gold, real gold, smooth and shining with a strange warmth. A soft hum pulsed from it like a heartbeat. She held it tight, and then a voice, not out loud but inside her mind. "You found me. What is your wish?" Lily clutched the egg tighter, heart racing. "I wish," she whispered, tears springing to her eyes. "I wish for my little brother Jamie to get better. Please." The forest stilled. For a moment, she wondered if she'd imagined the voice. But then the wind rose around her in a spiral, lifting leaves and petals into the air. They danced like a whirlwind, silent, strange, and beautiful. The egg grew hot in her palms. She gasped and dropped it. It hovered for a second above the moss, spinning slowly, glowing brighter, and then it vanished. In its place was a single white feather, as soft and perfect as fresh snow. Lily stood frozen. No explosion, no lightning bolt, just quiet. She turned and ran, basket abandoned, heart pounding with hope and doubt wrestling inside her. The hospital was quieter than usual when she arrived. Her mom was at Jamie's bedside, looking tired but calm. Nurse Riley was checking vitals. Lily paused at the doorway. Jamie turned his head and grinned. "Hey," he said, voice stronger than it had been in weeks. Her mom looked up, startled. "Lily, he asked for pancakes this morning. He's sitting up, talking." "Dr. Patel doesn't know what changed," Nurse Riley said, "but his vitals have stabilized, dramatically." Lily didn't speak. She just walked over and hugged Jamie so tightly he squeaked. In her pocket, the white feather glowed softly for a moment, then faded. Word of Jamie's sudden recovery spread quickly. Most chalked it up to good fortune, or a new medicine finally kicking in. But Lily knew. She should have felt relieved, overjoyed, and she did. But beneath it all was a whisper in the back of her mind. What was the golden egg? Why had no one else seen it? And why did she sometimes hear a faint echo of that voice when she closed her eyes? She needed answers. So, a week later, she returned to the forest. This time, Ava insisted on coming. "I still think this sounds nuts," Ava said as they hiked. "But you're being all secretive and glowy-eyed, and I know that face. So, spill." Lily told her everything. When she finished, Ava was silent. "You're serious?" Lily nodded. "Dead serious." They reached the mossy clearing where Lily had found the egg. It looked the same, but different, like the air was charged with static. Then Ava spotted something. Carved into the bark of a nearby tree, nearly hidden beneath a layer of ivy, were symbols, circles, crescents, and stars. A kind of pattern. Below them was a single word, etched in English. Balance. The next day, Lily and Ava dug into the town library archives, trying to find anything on Willowbrook legends. In a dusty binder labeled Local Folklore and Tall Tales, they found a faded article from 1964. Every 10 years, the golden egg appears during the spring equinox, often coinciding with Easter. Though dismissed by many as myth, some residents claim it grants miraculous gifts. Oddly, these appearances are always followed by strange occurrences: missing pets, crop failures, sudden illnesses. That word again, balance. "It's like the wish gives something, but takes something too," Lily murmured. They needed someone who might know more. Ava suggested an idea. "What about Madame Kilda?" Lily blinked. "The old fortune teller by the lake?" "She's not just a fortune teller. My cousin says she used to be a folklore professor." Madame Kilda's little cabin smelled like rosemary and books. She was in her 80s, with eyes sharper than glass. When Lily explained her story, Madame Kilda leaned back and sighed. "So it's returned," she said. "The egg of a Laren." Lily frowned. "A Laren?" "The name of the being who forged it, centuries ago. A guardian spirit of balance. The egg is a vessel of its power. It gives only when it must, but always takes in return. Sometimes immediately, sometimes later." Lily's blood ran cold. "So something will happen?" "Unless you restore the balance yourself," Madame Kilda said, "and that requires understanding what was taken." Ava's cat went missing first. Then, across town, flowers wilted overnight. The riverbanks flooded, unseasonal and strange. A creeping unease settled over Willowbrook. Lily felt it in her bones. Something was shifting, something unnatural. She had made a wish, and now the world was trying to even the scale. The egg had saved Jamie, but what if the price was the peace of the whole town? She couldn't let that happen. She had to return the power, or face what the egg might take next. The dreams started a few nights later. Lily would find herself in a glowing forest where the trees shimmered with golden light and voices whispered from every direction. "You must return what was borrowed." She'd wake up with symbols in her mind, more of the strange carvings they saw in the woods. Madame Kilda called it resonance, the egg's magic still lingering in her, pulling her deeper into its realm. "The more you resist," Kilda warned, "the more the world around you will unravel." "Then how do I fix it?" Lily asked. "You must follow its path. Find where the last egg was taken. Speak with those who came before you." Ava leaned forward. "There are others?" Kilda nodded. "Only a few survive, but one lives just outside Willowbrook. Her name is Clara Winter." Clara Winter lived in a weather-beaten cottage, hidden by tall reeds and blackberry bushes. She was nearly 60, with long silver hair and sad, watchful eyes. She didn't open the door right away when Lily knocked, but when she did, and Lily mentioned the golden egg, Clara went pale. "I knew it would return," she whispered. "I always knew." She invited them in and spoke in a quiet, tired voice. "I found the egg when I was 12. I wished for my father to come back from war, And he did. But he wasn't the same. The man who returned, he was angry, haunted. He didn't stay long. Clara stared into the fireplace. Afterward, the crops died. The river dried up. People whispered. I never told anyone. But the balance, it took what it needed. Did you try to fix it? Lily asked. I didn't know how. But maybe we can, Ava said. Clara's eyes finally lifted. Then listen carefully. There's a shrine, deep in the woods, older than this town. They say it's where the egg first touched this world. If you want to restore balance, start there. Lily, Ava, and Clara ventured into the woods before dawn. Clara hadn't been to the shrine in decades, but she remembered the way, mostly. They reached a grove thick with ancient trees and moss-covered stones arranged in a spiral. The center was marked with a pedestal, empty but engraved with the same symbols Lily had seen in her dreams. Clara stepped back. This is as far as I go. Lily approached the pedestal. The white feather pulsed softly in her pocket. As she placed it on the stone, a sudden wind swept through the grove. The ground rumbled, the trees shimmered, a glowing shape began to form. An orb, made of light and shadow, hovering above the pedestal. And from within it, a voice spoke. You took without knowing, but your heart was pure. Will you now give without guarantee? Lily stepped forward. Yes, whatever it takes. Then face the trial of echoes, step through the veil. A crack in the air split open like a mirror shattering sideways. Beyond it, golden fog and a stairway that descended into nothing. Inside the veil, the world was muted, shades of gray and gold like walking through a memory. Lily found herself alone. Then a voice spoke behind her. Jamie's. Why did you make that wish? She turned. It looked like Jamie, but older, hollow-eyed, almost accusing. Because I love you, she said. Because I was afraid. Afraid of letting go? She nodded. The figure stepped closer. Then prove your strength. Let go. Let the world choose what to return and what to keep. Suddenly she stood before 3 doorways, each marked with a different symbol, a heart, a flame, and a feather. The voice whispered, choose. Only one path restores. The others, take more. Lily chose the feather. The moment she stepped through, her fear vanished. Not because it wasn't there, but because something else filled her. Clarity. She emerged back into the forest shrine, the golden fog fading. Ava rushed to her. Lily, you were gone for hours. No, it felt like minutes, she said. Clara pointed to the pedestal. The white feather had turned into a glowing egg, not gold, but pearl, soft and humming with calm energy. Lily picked it up. This time, there was no voice, just peace. They buried the egg in the earth beside the shrine. The next day, the town's river stopped flooding. The trees bloomed again. The whispers in Lily's dreams faded. Jamie stayed healthy. Not through magic this time, but through real healing, family, and time. Lily never forgot the egg. She visited the shrine every spring, planting a flower beside the buried pearl. Not because she wanted anything, but to remind herself, and the world, that sometimes the strongest magic is the kind you choose not to use.